Before I start, I want to be straight with you all. I went back and forth on making this video because I know what follows. Backlash, bad faith readings, and people twisting words to protect their favorite content creators. But at some point, you stop worrying about being liked and start worrying about what's right. I didn't build Celestias for views or drama. I built it to tell the truth, even when it's uncomfortable to do. And the truth is, this community deserves to know what's going on. So no matter what people say after this, we stand by what's right and by the evidence. It never should have reached this point. It never should have reached this point. Never did I expect to be here, right now, in this seat, talking about this side of the community. But it's reached a point where silence only helps the wrong people. Multiple creators within the VRChat trolling niche have drifted from basic professionalism, crossing ethical lines with fans, and misusing influence. In one case, Modulace, there are allegations tied to sexualized underage coded content. The trolling community itself has become chaotic, and truthfully, I've grown to dislike it more and more. Trolling can be funny in small doses, but poking fun at cringe or roleplay when it turns into harassment, manipulation, and exploitation, that's not content, that's harm. Now, I've trolled before. I'm sure maybe I blew up my cousin's base in Minecraft back in the day, but I've never made a career out of harassing strangers or crossing moral lines for views. Some of you may be fans of the creators I'm about to name, and I ask that you keep an open mind. If we can't hold our own community accountable, we can't expect the platform to do better. Now let's make things absolutely clear at the beginning. There's a right side to this, and a wrong one. If you are a creator, you have a responsibility whether you like it or not. If you blur boundaries with a fan, that's on you. Osai. If you accept a flimsy ID and still request explicit images, that's on you. Benelli. If you consume illegal explicit content involving those who appear well under 18, that's on you. Modulace. There aren't both sides to basic safety. It's only right and wrong. So, with that being said, let's start with Osai. While on vacation, a fan of his came to us and opened a ticket within my Discord server, with the claim that Osai solicited explicit images and left her feeling harassed, stalked, all sorts of strange feelings. Now these are allegations supported by screenshots and DMs provided said individual. Instead of handling this situation like an adult, Osai decided to panic. He mass messaged several creators, downplaying what happened and calling the victim parasocial, schizo, and emo.
And then I come to find out it's this girl that I spoke to, like, I think a month ago. Also, sorry, I'm on my phone. I'm on vacation right now, so I'm kind of like, you know, unfortunate timing for this. But this girl was like making a ticket. She made a ticket in my server and she like pinged me and said good morning to me. And like I made fun of her a little bit. I was like, I don't even think I made fun of her the first time. But like Mako and like some of my other like friends that have mod in my Discord were like, hey, that's weird. And they like made fun of her a little bit and they deleted the ticket. And then like a couple days later, she made another ticket and pinged me and said good night. And my friends were like trolling her and like Mako and some other mods were trolling her. I like started jokingly flirting with her. Like really stupid shit. I jokingly said, send me a picture of your and then I put the picture of Steph Curry shooting a basketball from space. And it's like obviously a joke. I got really, really crossfaded. Unrelated to that. I got really crossfaded. I was like drunk and high. I did like a few edibles and shit. And I started getting like really sad and emotional. And I sent her like a bunch of texts where I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Cause like my honest intention, I didn't actually think she was gonna like send me her Snapchat and like send me any pictures of anything. I was just trying to like make a crude joke. Um and so I started texting her being like, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be weird with girls like that. I feel so shitty, blah blah blah. And then she like starts getting really schizo. And she sent me like a random. Okay, hold on. I'll find the final message she sent me, but it was something like really, really weird and like corny. I don't know. It was like really emo.
But here's the issue. If Osai truly believed this girl was parasocial and unstable, like he told me over call, then why continue talking to this girl? Why make the first contact in DMs? Why accept her friend request? Why continue to solicit and message this girl? Why send emojis suggesting interest or respond flirtatiously? Like, I don't understand. I don't follow. You don't do that if you're worried. You do that when you're leading somebody on. I'm just saying. In the screenshots reviewed, the tone shifts from casual to suggestive and then to explicit requests, sometimes framed as a joke. This completely unravels his story about being the one who was because he wasn't manipulated. He was the one steering the interaction, turning a simple fan exchange into something flirty and intimate. And just minutes later, he takes it even further, outright asking her for explicit photos and hiding behind humor to soften it. That's not trolling, that's solicitation. Osai has repeatedly tried to minimize what he did, calling it a bit or saying it went too far, but the pattern doesn't lie. Even after admitting it was wrong, he goes straight back to the same behavior, asking for explicit photos multiple times, even suggesting moving to Snapchat for it, where he creates an account just for this fan. He knew it was wrong. Admitted it was wrong. He knew it was wrong. He admitted it was wrong, and then he did it again. That's not confusion or misunderstanding. That is intent. At the end of the day, this isn't about age, it's about power. When a creator uses their influence to pressure or manipulate a fan into something that is predatory behavior by definition. Osai had every single chance to step back. Instead, he escalated the situation. And that's why this matters, because if you can't respect your own audience, you're not just a part of the problem, you are the problem. Yes, some will say, both parties are adults, or ask, what if the ages were reversed? That argument minimizes the issue. This isn't just about age, it's about power dynamics. When a creator leverages influence to push interactions with a fan, that is predatory, regardless of intent. Osai had multiple chances to step back, instead he escalated. Now, moving on to BenelliTrolls. Not long ago, BenelliTrolls was exposed by YouTube creator Ergblaw for soliciting explicit photos from a fan. The situation mirrors Osai's, but Benelli's case is worse. According to the screenshots and statements made public, he accepted a clearly forged ID and then solicited what turned out to be an underage individual. A common spin is, she lied about her age, but that doesn't remove responsibility. She showed a fake ID, it doesn't change the reality. As an adult creator, you verify and you don't solicit, period. Now, even after allegedly checking the ID, Benelli continued to repeatedly ask for pics and trying to downplay it with, I like it's not nudes. Now that's not a joke, that's calculated wording meant to make soliciting sound like a casual thing. He even admits to having a girlfriend while asking this fan for pictures, so not only was this unprofessional, but also shows that it wasn't an accident, it was a pattern. Now, he backtracks, he claims that this girl that he was interested in talking to simultaneously was not his girlfriend, but still had extreme interest in him, and he had interest in her. But he would go back and forth between two different girls at the same time. And when he's finally told the truth that the person is underage, his first reaction is, you know that's jail time for you, right? That claim is entirely wrong. In most places, the law puts the responsibility on the adult to verify the age. The other party isn't the one facing criminal liability for lying. The consequences fall onto the adult who solicits or engages, trying to shift the blame as cowardly, period. What makes this worse is that Benelli's first instinct wasn't reflection or remorse, it was anger that his DMs were being shared. He wasn't worried about the victim, he was worried about his image. And let's not ignore the hypocrisy in this community. When Ergblaw posted about Benelli, another creator, BenelliTrolls, publicly defended him. When the Osai situation surfaced, Clouds later sided with me in a community post talking about Osai. After that, the Trolls friend group pushed back together. Clouds deleted prior posts and has since been publicly critical of creators in my niche for calling out his carelessness in pred-catching videos.
Clouds didn't react well to the criticism I give him, and straight away goes on to say this.
Like who? Ergblaw and Celestios? None of these guys went to fucking predator catching university. Like what are these people talking about? They're all just grown men in their bedrooms doing shit they have no idea how to do properly.
I mean, we do it better than you. At least we actually expose people, like the IRL identity, and also emphasize how serious it actually is.
He's shown selective morality, defending friends in one case, condemning strangers in another. Accountability has to be consistent, or it isn't accountability at all. Now, for the big one. Now let's talk about Modulace.
British. I sound really similar to this one YouTuber.
Before we go any further, I want to make something clear. Modulace is British Zhao, the same individual who originally reached out to me through Rackrave asking for help with a case. That's not speculation, it's something Modulace themselves confirmed. From there, we connected the rest of the dots. British Zhao was confirmed to be British VA through Reddit activity, and British VA was directly linked to Tundras through their casting call profile. These aren't theories, they are verified connections that establish a clear and documented trail. Another VRChat troll creator here on YouTube, formerly known under the aliases of British Zhao, Tundras, and British VA. Now this one's been a long time coming. Modulace has actively deleted and hidden multiple old accounts, Fur Affinity, Ink Bunny, Reddit, all scrubbed entirely clean using deletion tools like redact.dev. Now what the archives provide is this. Under those old aliases, Modulace engaged with explicit cub style furry material when they were younger, but that's not really the issue. The problem is that these interests continued when they became an adult. Archived posts and profiles show continued interactions with sex, underage animals, furries, all sorts of things like that. Even years later, well into her 20s, Modulace's own statements confirm their fascination with hypnosis, control, non-consensual themes, and they post about these things all openly online, even as of recently to 2 to 1 year ago.
He also told me that hypnosis isn't real when it literally takes one Google search to find out it is real, and there's scientific papers backing it up, and you can prove it's real.
Is hypnosis real?
No, not at all.
And even more disturbing is Modulace has made multiple jokes and posted them on TikTok and YouTube where it's explicit or zoo imagery and pretending to be hypnotized by it.
Shit. Sir. Sir? You're right, sir?
Yeah, what?
That horse. Get me that horse. But get me the horse.
Pretending to be hypnotized by animals' body parts. Now, I get that some will say, oh, it's edgy humor, it's a joke. And then there's the normalization of predatory behavior. This crosses into the latter. What makes this worse is the repeated pattern. Delete, deny, deflect. Then acknowledge or address this behavior. Modulace wiped their history, rebranded and acted as if it never happened, continuing to ban creators, ignore them, and push them off until it reached this point. And now, as their platform grows, their past is resurfacing. That's not drama, that's accountability finally catching up to you. I've spent weeks verifying, compiling, and documenting all of this to the best of my ability, using available information. And this isn't about views, it's not about drama, it's about accountability, truth, and standards. Creators can't keep hiding behind, it was a joke, or we're both adults, or they lied as shields. Once you cross that line of soliciting a fan, consuming explicit content involving underage individuals, or using your platform to manipulate others, you've chosen to be a part of the problem. You can delete your posts, you can spin it, but receipts exist. If nobody else will hold these people accountable, then we will. Because influence comes with responsibility. If you abuse it, you don't deserve the platform you're given. Now, before you go, there's a list of support resources in the description for anyone dealing with online manipulation or coercion. Please use them, spread them for awareness, but don't contact or harass anyone discussed in this document or video. Please join our Discord and use the proper ticket system.